at Cooma in preparation for the second day's run over the roof of Australia on the Alpine Way to Cancoban. Next morning, the cars start out past the Aviation Pioneers Memorial to the Southern Cloud, one of Australia's first passenger aircraft, which mysteriously crashed in dense bush in the Snowy Mountains in 1931 with a loss of 8 lives. The great £400 million Snowy Mountains hydroelectric and water scheme is just over half finished. A mighty network of underground powerhouses, giant dams and huge tunnels like these, miles under the snow-capped peaks, will provide electricity and irrigation over a wide section of New South Wales and Victoria. Now the cars cross the Snowy, the first of the 3 major rivers on the route, and begin the ascent up the Alpine Way over the roof of Australia. Built by the Snowy Mountains Authority, the Alpine Way is now a main tourist road serving a large number of popular snow resorts. This is rough country along the snow line, and this section of the run tests the driving skills of competitors. The Volkswagen 1500 is moving well. It's starting to get cold now. The temperature is 34 degrees, and the drivers catch their first glimpse of the snow. No respecter of cars, it's so cold the cattle are sluggish and take their own time, moving out of the way of the traffic. Thredbo, with its picturesque alpine lodges, is one of Australia's most popular winter playgrounds. The drivers flash by, but we can take time out to have a look at Australia's newest sporting playground, the Southern Snowfields. The chairlift makes the steep ascent up the white slopes very easy. In a matter of minutes, we pass from the bright sunshine of the valley below into a near blizzard. The wind-whipped snow swirls eerily about, and the temperature drops 10 degrees in a few minutes. It looks easy, but she's an expert. So we'll follow her down and take to the road again. We join the cars as we go over Dead Horse Gap at more than 5,000 feet, the highest point of our run. Down the steep winding descent to Cancoban. Through stark cuttings, the Snowy Mountains Authority has sliced through the hills to give access to the Snowy's water wealth. It's spectacular country, but Alf Long in his Valiant is going pretty well. Hasn't got much time to enjoy the scenery. The long climb has put most cars behind time, and they want to get the most out of every ounce of petrol to make up lost time. Before going down to the flat country, our last look at the highest point in Australia, the mist-shrouded Mount Kosciuszko. Shirley Marks of Adelaide in Morm Team's Cortina drops some fruit out of the window as she passes the fruit fly checkpoint on the border into Victoria. The children at the local school in Berengama give the drivers a friendly wave on their way. Over the Hume Reservoir and onto the refuel point at Wodonga after a run of 202 miles since Cooma. The Peugeot drivers watch closely as their tank is filled. Officials break the seal on the petrol filler cap and carefully measure out the exact quantity of